Hi everybody, Nick Farrow with English Discovery. Okay, this topic is idioms and expressions that we use in real life these days. The ones in this lesson will all be informal, so you can also use them in most cases. At least it's important to understand them when you hear them. And if you do want to use them, it's important to use them in conversation correctly. So you need to know if they're safe to use so that you don't upset somebody. In this lesson, to explain each one, I will use examples, and I hope you can then discover the meaning in each case. Of course, that will be explained afterwards. So we're on to topic number 1, and the expression is "you bet." And this probably comes from a longer expression, "you can bet on it." Let's take a look at an example. So person A says, "Are you going to the concert next week?" And person B replies, "You bet, I got my ticket last week." So, another example. "Did Roberto pass his driving test?" "You bet he did. No problem." I hope from these two examples you can catch the meaning. Here it comes. And in a more formal way, we would say, "Yes, certainly." That's the meaning of "you bet." Can you use it in social situations? You bet. Nobody's going to be unhappy if you do. Here's our second idiom. This guy, or some guy. It's a lot more difficult than the first one. We use these expressions in narrative, that is, storytelling, personal stories usually. And unfortunately, it's really different from the normal use of this, as in something we are looking at or something we are pointing at. And if you look at some guy, that's not even good grammar. Let's take a look at an example. "So, I was waiting for the bus last night, and this guy came up to me and said something, something, something." Example number 1, that's telling a story. Now, in the West, we like telling jokes, maybe when we're having a drink together or coffee together to make each other laugh. And it's very common to use this form when we're telling a joke. Okay, so some girl walks into a pub and says to the barman, "Hey, give me a beer." And the joke continues. We don't know the ending. So in this case, some girl walks into a pub. It's not good grammar, but it's the style for telling a story. Notice also, walks into a pub and says to the barman. For some reason, we like to use the present tense when we tell jokes. Not always, but sometimes. I think it gives a more dramatic effect. Now, one point here is that the first story is probably true, and the second one, the joke, is almost certainly not true. Let's look for the meaning then. And it's just a guy. A random person, perhaps, or maybe unexpected. But it's surely the main topic of the story you're going to tell. Is it safe to use? Well, it's not going to cause trouble, but I think you have to be very good at the language to use it correctly. Here's an example where you might expect this kind of conversation in this kind of social situation. Moving on, what's next? I know, but again, this is an idiom. It's not the usual fact that I know something. Let's see what it means. Starting with the example, first example for this idiomatic meaning. Again, a mini conversation. That new coffee shop near your place is great. I know, and it's not expensive. Another example. The weather's terrible today. I know, I just hate the rain. So what does it mean? It's basically a simple, casual way of saying that you agree with what the other person has said. That's it. It should be safe to use if you understand it correctly. Try it out in a real conversation with a native speaker. And here's a second part. I don't know. Again, we're talking about the idiomatic meaning. That new coffee shop near your place is great. I don't know. I like the old one. Second example. The weather's terrible today. I don't know. It's better than snow. And the meaning is, pretty simply, I don't really agree with what you said. It's quite gentle, quite soft, casual, not very aggressive. So it's quite safe to use. And a simple, yes, it's safe. Let's move on. Oh, please. Some people even would say, oh, please. Here's our first example. Jane has got the flu again. Oh, please. She always says she's sick. Second one, with a student talking to a teacher. Sir, my dog ate my homework again. Oh, please. Can't you think of a more original excuse? And here's the meaning. It just simply means I don't believe you. It is quite negative in meaning, and it indicates that the speaker is impatient at hearing something like this. Do you want to use it? Well, you should be careful. You do not want to make a negative misunderstanding. And this is the last one already. To nuke food. What's that? Shall we fry the beans then? No, just nuke them, that's quicker. This is a conversation in the kitchen, of course. If your coffee's not hot, you can nuke it in just 30 seconds. And that's the meaning. Cooking in a microwave oven in very casual English is to nuke something. Is it safe to use? You bet. That's all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more videos and please like this one if you liked it. Don't be shy to ask a question. Maybe I can help.